Chicago, Illinois, home of the Bulls in a fine Eastern Conference battle at the United Center. Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. And do we have a present for you today? I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. For the Pacers right now, they're focused on getting off to a good start to the road trip here. They know this is the type of game they need to win if they're going to take the next step, facing a closely ranked team. No clear underdogs based on the tail of the tape.
It's go time. Now, these are two teams whose rivalry goes way back, and anytime they renew it, the fans, as well as all that are involved, are going to be in for a treat.
I like that. Go time. That's a good way to put it. I mean, this will be a testing encounter between these two. The build up to the game has been extremely intense. I think everybody expecting some kind of volatility to erupt on the floor today.
And let's get a quick pregame update from David Aldridge, who had a chance moments ago to talk with head coach Nate McMillan.
Well, guys, they've played them twice, won one, lost one, and he told me we've already shown these guys we can compete toe-to-toe with them. We're not looking to just compete. We want to go out there and control the entire game. Some big goals for them today, guys.
Thank you, David. And, guys, when you take a look at the Pacers offensively, one of the least efficient teams in the league. How do they turn the corner in that regard?
Well, they've got to get more playmaking. They need more guys that can make plays. They had a low rate of assists and high rate of turnovers, and that's mainly attributable to not having enough playmakers.
And the Pacers start off with the ball. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for Indiana, Young and Turner up front. Robinson is out there with Teague, and it's George in at the 3 spot. Now here is George, and George with the stuff.
Boy, George so long in all limbs, arms and legs, and he covers a lot of space in short bursts of time because of it.
Here's Rondo. Gibson the screen, and it's Wade in the corner. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
And George kicks to Young. Pass to Wade. Shoots from 12. And he can't bank that one in. Last game for the Bulls, it was a loss to the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, not a very inspired performance for them, particularly when they were defending. They just gave that hostile crowd plenty to cheer for.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jump shots, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was through the roof. You can't win if your defense isn't better than that.
And at 6'7", 6'8", Thaddeus Young, definitely more a small ball power forward, but that seems to be the way the league is going these days.
Yeah, it is, and in spite of his ability to fit into that small ball mantra, he can get overpowered inside by the bigger forwards. He's quick off the dribble, an excellent left-handed slasher, and is capable of putting big numbers on the board when he gets it going. Well, he's an intriguing player, Thaddeus Young. I mean, you look at his frame and his game. I mean, he seems like he'd be a small forward, but he's played at the power forward position for years now, and I think that's in part due to the way the game is played now in the NBA with stretch fours and spacing the floor. Thaddeus Young fits into that kind of game quite well.
He certainly can score at the power forward. Young has ability to space the floor and tack off the bounce. He's pretty special at that position.
Yeah, he really is. You know, he came into the league only after a year in college and has grown into a reliable scorer as a slasher and small ball four-man. So he's found and carved out a nice niche for himself.
Well, after the Bulls said goodbye to Derrick Rose, you knew they were going to be in the market for a point guard. And Rajon Rondo stepped right in, and although not a direct replacement for what Rose brings, still a very strong signing. They could have done a lot worse when it comes to filling in that lead guard role.
2 shots.
That free throw good from Thaddeus Young. And for Rajon Rondo, he showed GA that he was still an elite playmaker in his one-year stop in Sacramento. He felt that Chicago, now with Dwayne Wade, was the perfect fit for him.
And Rondo wasted no time when he got to Chicago. It was apparently a big part of the recruiting effort that landed the team Wade. I mean, a lot of changes for the Bulls. But overall, you have to say with Rondo and Wade as their new backcourt, they're in a great spot.
The pass to Lopez. Back to Rondo. He feeds it to Gibson. The rebound by Turner. Outside Teague. Puts it up from 12. The shot by Turner, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Lopez, no luck. Bulls on D. They trail by 1. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Screen by Young, Turner, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Exceptional skills for Turner down in the paint. This guy, I think, has the potential to be a dominant player inside for a lot of years.
Now, here's Wade. 24-point outing in their last game against the Spurs in San Antonio. Paul George with the steal. Takes the 13-footer. Young's shot is off. For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Lopez outside. Robinson against Wade. 6 to shoot. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Wade's got 5 points so far.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
George against Butler. Lopez with the steal. Young with the steal. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And that one's good. George.
A fantastic heads-up play there from Young to find the open man.
Bulls trail by 3. Rondo kicks to Gibson. Butler against George. Butler passes to Gibson. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Gibson's got his first bucket of the night. For Indiana, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's Teague. That shot off. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Outside Butler. Dishes it to Rondo. To the middle. Here's Gibson. And it's Gibson finishing it off. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
And you know what? When Paul George sees an open teammate, he doesn't hesitate. I mean, he quickly gets the ball out of his hands. It doesn't stick with him.
Wade against Robinson. And it's sent back by Turner. Down low. Here's George. And Paul George formerly wore the jersey number 24. A sports writer suggested he should go with the number 13, so his nickname could be PG-13. George liked the idea, so he did it.
Yeah, and the more superstitious among us might wonder if he brought himself some bad luck with that number, but it is an auspicious number for him. Of course, back in 2013, he won Most Improved Player and made his first All-Star appearance. But I think the story is true. The fact that PG, in an effort to brand himself a certain way, wanted to be viewed as agreeable to all viewing parties.
Good on both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
And I think a little bit of payback emotion on display, guys.
And he gives as good as he gets. We know that much about him. You get up in his face, and it's only going to light that fire.
Wade dishes to Butler. And he overshot that one, missing.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
A nice shot by Teague.
If you give Teague enough room out there beyond the arc, he won't hesitate to make you pay.
And here is Lopez after the three-pointer from Jeff Teague. Wade left side. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. The basket good off the assist from Wade. Butler's got his second bucket tonight.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a three, and then we'll take it right back.
Now here's Teague. He's coming off a 31-point game against Boston.
And a gigantic game for him at the free throw line. He was an instigator, drawing a ton of contact and really just hunting for the whistle.
Now here's Rondo, following the miss by Miles Turner. A fader. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And it's in there. Turner's got his second basket of the game.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint. You know, you figured that Dwayne Wade might be a player to finish his career playing for just one team, the Miami Heat, but in the end, things just ended bitterly. Wade had taken less money in the past so the Heat could win titles. I mean, he was done playing for a discount, and the Bulls, boy, did they step up.
Mirotic is checked in for Lopez. And a change for the Pacers. Miles is checked in. Bulls trail by 5. And with the trade of Derrick Rose and the departure of Pau Gasol, it seemed like the Bulls might look to rebuild and go young. Then they reverse course and get Chicago native Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, and don't forget the deal for Rajon Rondo. They're taking kind of a blended approach. Not a lot of three-point shooting in that backcourt. So it'll be interesting to see how all these pieces fit together.
Teague kicks to Miles. Screen by Young for the 3, and that's good. C.J. Miles for 3, and it's an 8-point Pacer lead.
That is what Miles is out there to do now. I mean, a very consistent three-ball bomber.
There's the pick. Kicks it to Butler. Back to Gibson. And he converts the layup. Gibson's got 6. Pacers leading by 6. Teague, the pass to Turner. They get a hand on it. Feeds it to Miles. Back to Turner. And here's Miles. He's coming off a 19-point game against Boston. A nice shot by Teague.
And you could tell Teague was looking for a shot on that play. Always had his hands up, ready to catch and fire.
Now Rondo. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Wade. Outside Butler. Just 5 to shoot. From the baseline. It's rebounded by Indiana. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Yeah, they were in a funk from the field in that game. Credit the defense, though, because even when they got open looks, no rhythm to knock them down.
Hey, guys, hey, every team has a night like that on occasion. It happens. Heck, we call them gong games. You just want to hit the gong, forget about them, and move on.
So it's Chicago now, following the score by Indiana. Mirotic has a wide open look. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Mirotic has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Outside Teague, pass to Turner. Goes back up. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Teague is just so elusive on the court that he'll catch you leaning and force you to pick up a foul.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Indiana.
We got a storyline here. If it goes on for the rest of the game, it could be all those points they're getting at the foul line.
And also, they've gotten the three-pointer to fall tonight as well. That's equally as important.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Portis, he's checked in for Gibson. McDermott comes in for Jimmy Butler. Cannon, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Grant in for Rajon Rondo. Good on the second free throw. The Pacers were a much improved team last season, and easy to see why with Paul George back in full health. But this is a team that was the #1 seed in the East back in 2014. How did they get back, guys, to that level?
Well, guys, it's a whole new roster, a whole new style of play for them, so growing pains are inevitable. I thought getting to the playoffs, pushing the Raptors to 7 games in the first round was a good step. Really hard to compare this team with the Hibbert and West teams that got to back-to-back conference finals. I mean, I think they need another difference maker alongside Paul George to continue to rise in the Eastern Conference.
The Pacers making a change here. Brooks checked in. Here's Mirotic, and nothing but hair on that one.
That would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Bulls.
And not a lot of attempts from beyond the break. Those deeper three-pointers can be a little outside of some players' range, but they've got guys who can make that shot. I think that's just an outlier so far.
And the first one drops. One thing the Bulls have to deal with that is unique to their franchise, Greg, is a extremely high expectation factor from their fan base.
And when you have a rich franchise history like the Bulls, it's a double-edged sword. Fans can always look back at the great years in the 90s, but they'll always long for a return to those days, and sometimes the expectations can be too much.
And the Pacers acquiring the Fort Wayne Mad Ants of the developmental league going into last season. Some rumors had it that they tried to move the team closer to Indianapolis, but the Pacers said, no, they're committed to keeping them in Fort Wayne, which is really a good basketball city, and it's only about 2 hours from Indianapolis.
And the Mad Ants were the last D-League team that didn't have a one-on-one affiliation with an NBA team.
That's exactly right, and now they belong to the Indiana Pacers. And if you want a D-League team in this day and age, you've got to start your own. Seems like pretty soon every team in the NBA will have their own D-League team to go one-on-one, 30 for 30.
Bulls moving the ball around. McDermott kicks to Portis. Mirotic, a screen on Stuckey, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. And here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that have really been controlling the boards during the past month. Number 5, the Bulls.
I like how this team has been coming up big lately, Kevin. They seem to have a new dedication and energy to rebounding the ball, and it's paying off.
Pacers leading by 8. Brooks kicks to Young. The feed to Miles. The dish to Jefferson. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1. That free throw good from Al Jefferson.
You just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
You know, it's one of the things coaches like least is giving away points. I mean, they've been a step late. They've been caught reaching. They've got to tighten things up at the defensive end.
And both free throws good for Jefferson.
And they've been the more physical team, offensively, seeking contact, looking to score in the lane, and getting to the line.
A big disparity in the free throws, and that's been a big boost to their offense.
Here's Cannon. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
And Kevin, while we have a moment here, let's take a look at the Bulls and see where they ranked over the last month in the NBA stats. 4th in second chance points, 5th in rebound, and they're in the top 3rd in the league in blocks. They're a team that really doesn't give many good looks.
and you go back to their second chance points. Very productive in that regard. I love to watch them work. They have that sixth sense, if you will, for sneaking inside and anticipating the path of the ball.
That free throw, no good.
And really, you got to commend the Bulls for the success they've had in the draft. You look at that roster, you see a ton of big minute players who were drafted by the Bulls. They've done a great job of finding players to fill roles within that team.
George is checked in for Young. He hits the second from the line. And with the Bulls and their draft success, a lot of it has come with picks, Greg, later on in the draft.
Yeah, the last lottery pick the Bulls had was Derrick Rose. Not a bad one there.
Yes.
But since then, they've drafted or made trades on draft day to find a ton of rotation players. Give a lot of credit to their scouting department for their continued success.
That's tipped.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Now, here's Grant. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Cannon, the pass to Portis. Here's Mirotic. Doesn't go that time. And Indiana will come the other way. Last time they met was in Indiana.
And the last time these teams met, it was a walk in the park, and everybody got in on the act. Their bench was spectacular in that win.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, the starters were extremely happy to get some rest and let the bench guys do the heavy lifting. Definitely a feel-good win for the team.
Here's McDermott after Al Jefferson's score. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Back to McDermott. And it comes off the front of the rim. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. It's the Pacers. They're up by 11. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And a guy who seems to improve every season, Jimmy Butler. He spoke with us about one of his biggest surprises.
It's crazy because I never thought that anybody would be preparing to guard me night in and night out. But they do. I have to learn to cope with that and still find a way to be successful on both ends of the floor. And it's a learning curve for me also, but I'm figuring it out.
And hard to doubt the dedication of Jimmy Butler. He's found a way to overcome obstacles at each important point along the way.
You know, he's a self-made player, and if Butler can stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And quite a position here for the Pacers to be in. What do you guys think?
You know, it's been about how solid they've been offensively here, really tuned in with one another.
Good ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard.
Portis is out there with Robin Lopez. Then it's McDermott. Then there's Grant. And it's Cannon in at the 2 spot. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter.
Your heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Here's Jefferson. The Bulls getting the bucket. In the corner, Stuckey with it. Miles dishes to George. Fires from the wing. And it doesn't even draw iron. Here's Cannon. He's guarded by Stuckey. Got a piece of it. Jacks up a 3. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass it.
Pacers leading by 6. Screen by Jefferson. Stuckey drives inside. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Rodney Stuckey, an instant offensive player, a combo guard out of Eastern Washington University.
Yeah, he's best at getting into the paint.
Take a break.
Bit of an inconsistent outside shooter, but man, he's strong, he's tough, he's smart, and really is able to score the ball because of his ability to go off the dribble and play through contact.
The first free throw is good.
And Stuckey continues to prove himself as a most reliable combo guard with pretty good speed. He's a strong guy who can run the offense pretty well for you.
Chicago making a switch here. Butler's checked in. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Bulls trail by 7. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, guys, it was controversial in Chicago, but the Bulls hired Fred Hoiberg to replace Tom Thibodeau. Hoiberg played for a decade in the NBA, and at Iowa State, he was the fastest coach in school history to reach 100 wins. In Chicago, guys, it seems he's loosened the reins a bit, giving the players a little more leeway to shoot with confidence and air it out offensively.
The players have responded. Thanks, David. The Bulls shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
Lopez hits them both. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Here is Brooks. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Outside, George. 5 on the clock. Here's Jefferson. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Now a chance to see the numbers for George. He's been dominant over the last month, averaging about 22 points per, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Yeah, you know, you just plug him in. He's a flat-out scoring machine. When you plug him up, let him go.
Here's Butler. And it's sent back by George. Lopez kicks to Cannon. And again, Chicago. No good. Pacers leading by 5. Brooks outside. Here's George. Off the left rim and out.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Aaron Brooks. That is his first foul of the game. Dwayne Wade's checked in for the Bulls. Indiana also making some changes. Robinson comes in for George. And it's Teague in for Aaron Brooks. Here's McDermott. Robinson with the block. Stuckey kicks to Teague. Jefferson setting the pick for Teague. He kicks it to Jefferson. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Jefferson's got 7 points in the game.
Purely from a size standpoint, that is a mismatch that's going to be hard to overcome defensively.
Grant against Teague. Grant kicks to Lopez. Wade right side. And yes, it's good. He has 7.
Really, that's his specialty right there. Finding that angle and then going hard to the rim.
Teague with the ball. He's got 7. Here's Jefferson, and you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago. Hondo comes in for Grant, and Indiana with a change here too. Turner's checked in for C.J. Miles.
And the Pacers, going smaller in their front court, and it hasn't really hurt them defensively. You look around the NBA, there just aren't that many power forwards who can hurt you on the block like in the old days.
Here's Wade. It's rebounded by Indiana. Turner's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Bulls trail by 10. And for the Pacers, when they go small, they're able to cover more ground defensively.
Yeah, even when teams post them up, guys, they can harass them by trapping and digging down from the wing. So that activity and length defensively is what they use. Nowadays, it's not just about spreading the floor offensively, but also being able to cover ground defensively. And that quickness of this team serves them well.
Yeah, I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
Take a look here at the shot chart.
And every time he's pulled up from deep and let it fly, it's found a way to catch iron. Not sure if it is something with his release or the defense is bothering him on his threes, but I would expect him to attack the rim a bit just to kind of mix things up.
And so here is Chicago. It's a 10-point game. Rondo kicks to Lopez. Down low. A fader. That one off the back iron and out.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
The kick out to T. Robinson for 3. The shot misses. Some solid defense from Butler. Now here's Rondo. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Lopez outside. Passes it to Wade. Back to Lopez. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Rondo. And the Bulls get it back. Pacers leading by 10. It's tipped. Rondo with the steal. Here's Wade. Good on the 13-footer. Wade's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending it.
Indiana on D after the made shot from Dwayne Wade.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on it.
And Turner kicks to Robinson. He dishes it to Jefferson. Chicago grabs the miss. Lopez has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
T kicks to Turner. Pass to Stuckey. 6 on the shot clock. The shot by Turner no good. Bulls trail by 8. Rondo passes to Butler. And there's the pass to Gibson. Turner with the steal. On the wing, Stuckey. Wade is covering. Outside Teague. Shot clock at 5. Here's Jefferson. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
Yeah, it looks like he got to that shot just after it reached its apex. Those can be tough ones to gauge.
He's had 5 chances at the line, gone 4 for 5. Bulls making a switch here. Mirotic is checked in.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That free throw good from Jefferson. Bulls trailed by 11. Chicago calls timeout.
Start.
Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Al Jefferson. And here we have the 2K leaderboard showing us the teams with the best free throw percentage during the past month. Number 1, the Pacers.
Kevin, I'm absolutely amazed. I mean, their production at the line has been spectacular. I mean, it's been unbelievable. Well done by these guys of late.
On defense, the Pacers. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Rondo kicks to Gibson. He feeds it to Wade. Clock at 6. Back to Gibson.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And he knocks down the first one.
This is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line right here.
And both free throws good from Gibson.
And what a game for Gibson. He has 8 points, and he has 1 steal to his credit as well.
And Clark, he's just done a great job defensively. That 1 steal doesn't tell the whole story.
Teague dishes to Stuckey. Turner with the screen. Teague the pass to Turner. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Lets it go with a 3. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And now a chance to look at Jimmy Butler. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. 12th in free throw percentage. And he's as opportunistic as anybody defensively, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in steals per game.
And he deserves a lot of credit for being such a clutch free throw shooter. It's not a glamorous part of the game, but we know how incredibly important it is.
Fires the 3. A rebound by Young.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
And when you talk about what a two-way player is in the NBA, Jimmy Butler epitomizes that. I mean, he can carry a team on offense in so many ways. You know, he came up more so as a defender and has continued to wear that role with pride. And I think that's one reason why, if you're a Bulls fan moving forward, you have to feel good knowing that he's one of the cornerstones of your franchise.
Man, excellent patience from Turner close to the basket there. I mean, force the defense to get a little handsy with him in the paint.
And usually you hear the two-way player and someone is talking about a big man. But Jimmy Butler can make that impact as a guard.
And that is what makes him special. I mean, few shooting guards can match his prowess and wingspan, coupled with his defensive instincts. And his leadership comes from the fact he plays on both ends of the floor.
Portis, he's checked in for Chicago. And he can't hit the second.
Boy, I tell you, Turner is a dominant force who imposes his will on whoever is on him. But what you have to like and respect is his work ethic. D-Wade with an excellent pass there.
George is checked in for Indiana. The Bulls have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them.
At the line for the Bulls, 1 shot.
And the return of Wade to his hometown Chicago Bulls, Greg. One of the major stories, certainly, in free agency.
Yeah, I mean, he had bigger offers on the table, but said the only real options for him were Miami or Chicago. And for a Bulls team that seemed on the verge of a rebuild, getting Wade has given them a fighting chance now in the East.
Now here's Rondo looking for his first basket still in this one. The 9-foot shot. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Look at the night for Dwayne Wade. 9 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
And Clark, I'm sure that won't be the last one. A lot of times he can get hot and stay hot from beyond.
And a lot of players who play like Wade will have brief careers due to the stress it puts on their body. You know, Greg, Wade has had his share of injuries in his time in the NBA, but he is still putting up big numbers despite all the bumps and bruises.
That's a great point. Undersized guards take a beating when they are attacking the basket. Wade has missed a lot of games, but he's been healthy when it matters most. He's also done a good job to adjust his game to be a danger when he's not barreling through the lane.
Isaiah Cannon, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo. And he's good on the second. Pacers leading by 8. Brooks kicks to George. Indiana moving the ball around. Young outside, inside. Here's Turner. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists now in this one.
And it's impressive to see how Turner keeps his focus even when the defense is up tight on him. I mean, he's truly comfortable and composed overcoming aggressive defense.
Now here's Wade. Portis kicks to Mirotic. Paul George with the steal. Lets it go from 14 and misses it off the right side of the rim. Cannon dishes to Wade. To the paint. And then Wade slams it in.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
And so here is Indiana. The Bulls getting the bucket. 6 on the shot clock. George against Mirotic. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. For Chicago, they have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight. 7 for 10. The first one falls.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
And the Bulls making a change here. McDermott's checked in. And Indiana with a change here too. Miles is checked in. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Indiana leading by 7. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, in the era of 3 and D and 4 out and 1 in, some say the post-up is a lost art. That makes Al Jefferson a throwback player. He said it happened right in front of my eyes. When I came into the league, it was still a big man's game. Everything changed around me. I've always been a back-to-the-basket, post-move player. I just stuck to what I do best, guys.
Yeah, and I hope he never changes. Thanks, D.A. Now, here's Wade. 13 points in the game.
Solid job by them on the glass here tonight. +8 in rebounding.
You know what? That rebound has always been a critical element of the game, and that's why they are now understanding how to win.
Young with the steal. At the elbow, it's Robinson. Here's George. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Jerian Grant, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade.
You know, last season, Paul George returning with a vengeance. I mean, the season prior largely lost to that catastrophic broken leg he suffered when playing with the USA national team. The kind of injury that you didn't want to look at more than once if you decided to look at it at all.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And that leg injury for George, I think there was some question if he'd ever be the same.
Yeah, you know what? In some ways, that can be a blessing because the time off enables you to reset some things, recalibrate your thinking, your mindset, get a better picture of the big picture, what you want to do with your game. And it's obvious Paul George took full advantage of all of that as he's only getting better.
The Pacers making a change here. Jefferson's checked in. And he sinks the second. Pacers leading by 11. Brooks kicks to Miles. Back to Brooks. There's the pick. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It goes on Jerian Grant.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
At the line for the Pacers, Aaron Brooks. At the line for 2.
And he makes the first. And both free throws good for Brooks. 29 seconds left here in the second. Grant outside. It's Portis atop the key. McDermott kicks to Cannon. With the floater. It's rebounded by Indiana.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Pacers lead by 13. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Dwayne. What's the focus in the second half?
Well, I mean, we just want the ball go up. We just got to rebound the ball. We got to get in there as a team, all of us, and rebound the ball. You know, they crash the glass, all of them. But at the end of the day, it's about getting a win. We can play any style, and tonight we just want to figure out how to get a win.
Sometimes it doesn't go as planned. Thanks, Dwayne. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you've enjoyed our first half of action. I'm Ernie Johnson welcoming you back. Shaquille O'Neal is right there. Kenny the Jet Smith is right there. And this here is the halftime report. The first half was all about Al Jefferson. He had 13 points and 5 rebounds. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Pacers?
Well, what's really shifted the game in their favor has been their rebounding. They got a good edge on the boards, and that's a product of their hard work. All 5 guys been battling, putting everything they have to fight on the glass. That needs to remain the focus for 2 more quarters if they want to hang on to their lead.
And Kenny, let's get your input on the Bulls.
Well, it's good to be physical, but there's a line that you don't want to cross. You can't constantly give up free throw chances by fouling guys too aggressively. You have to get back in this game by staying poised, smart, and avoid fouling.
That's it for now, as the second half is just about ready to go. We, and I mean the 3 of us, will be right here after the final buzzer.
Welcome back to the hustle and bustle of Chicago, a time-lapse view of all the traffic heading toward downtown. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the 3rd and 4th quarters.
Al Jefferson doing all sorts of things. He's got 13 points, and he's knocked down 5 shots at the charity stripe. Good numbers for him.
Yeah, they are. It's been a nice element of his game today.
Bulls trail by 13, and on the floor for Nate McMillan starting the second half. They've got Paul George, Miles Turner out there with C.J. Miles, and it's Robinson, and it's Teague in at the 1 spot. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart.
And looking at this shot chart, you can't help but feel that this entire team has played passively on offense. There has been little to nothing going on at the rim or in the paint for that matter. And when you don't attack the defense and put pressure on them down low, you're making life far too easy on them.
And the first one at the line is good. Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for C.J. Miles. That one is no good. Pacers leading by 12. Robinson passes to Teague. Indiana moving it around. Outside, George. Clock at 6, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
A moment now to see the numbers for Turner, 3rd in blocks. And with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands, and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And I like the fact that he's committed to dominating in that category as a shot blocker. His awareness and hustle really off the charts.
Now here's Butler. Stolen by George. And now the fast break. George with the ball. That falls. Nice feed that time from Turner. George has got 13 points.
Boy, we've talked about, George is athletic. He's long, and he's got really long arms, which helps him as a defender, and that allows him to clog up passing lanes and come up with steals, too.
Rondo against Teague. Stolen by George. And Young, here we go. Well, you've seen some terrific offensive basketball over the last month. A lot of it thanks to the assist numbers put up by these point guards during that time. The 4th spot held by Jeff Teague.
And obviously assists are the name of the game at the point guard position. And that's not lost on these guys. It's all about making their teammates better.
I agree. I mean, their vision, their unselfishness, the connection they have with their teammates. It really adds up to a real wealth of understanding of what to do out there, and it makes them a special group.
2 shots. Last on the first.
And that one misses.
Boy, a good night so far for Young. He has 8 points and 2 steals as well.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also.
And you know, as good as Young can be in the open court, doesn't quite carry over to his free throw shooting.
Outside Rondo. Lopez up top. Back to Rondo. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And Rajon Rondo, really one of the purest point guards over the last decade when you're talking about assists. I mean, he's a guy with the ball in his hands is very effective at making decisions for the offense, dictating pace. And when he plays off the ball, especially as a spot-up shooter, that's when problems can arise, but he knows how to move without the ball and always seems to find himself in the right place at the right time.
And for Rondo, somewhat of a resurgence last season, gained back much of the confidence he had lost after his tumultuous time in Dallas.
Yeah, I felt like Rondo felt appreciated last year, and there's no substitute for having the support of your team. This is a proud individual, and we're talking about a big-time game.
Now here's Teague. 9 points in the game so far, and that one's good. George.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Takes the turnaround J, and it comes off the front of the rim. Indiana leading by 16. Outside Robinson, and Young kicks to Teague. Dishes to George. No good with the triple. Chicago has gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. And the foul on Miles Turner. That's foul number 2 for him. Rondo against T. Rondo kicks to Lopez. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. You look at Indiana. Right now they've been able to gather the 8th best record in the conference as the latter part of the season approaches. And of course the Chicago Bulls right behind them, just 1 spot down.
Yeah, but checking out Chicago, they've basically lived up to the expectations so far this season, and that's not really good news for their fan base because those expectations only had them on the brink of the playoffs.
2 shots.
Yeah, which is exactly where they are right now. It's not too late for them to make that kind of emphatic late push that turns a season from average to excellent, though.
First one falls for him. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Timeout, timeout.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Start it.
Get off the court, Bulls!
So here is Chicago. They trail by 18. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
And now a moment to see the stats for Rajon Rondo. His last 10 games, he's averaging about 7 points a game, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
Now here's Teague. Inside, Turner. And it's Turner finishing it off.
What athleticism from Turner. My goodness. He loves getting chances to throw it down like that.
Rondo dishes to Gibson. Gibson the screen. Knocked away. Rondo kicks to Gibson. Gibson setting the pick for Wade. 4 on the clock. And there's Lopez. That's good on the assist by Wade. Wade's got 3 assists tonight.
You know, that's exactly how they wanted to run that possession, guys. Beautiful.
Right side, Rondo. Inside, Gibson. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's on Thaddeus Young.
Taj Gibson at the line for the Bulls. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for the Pacers. Stuckey comes in for Robinson. And both free throws good from Gibson. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. There's the pick. And here is Teague. He's got 9. And George kicks to Turner. 6 to shoot. In the corner, Stuckey with it. Off target with his 3. Bulls trail by 16. Wade passes to Rondo. Down low. Here's Gibson. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Now we've got a moment to see how the Bulls are doing rank-wise in the NBA. Second in rebounding, second in second chance points. And they also show up in the top 5 in free throw shooting. That's elite level marksmanship at the stripe.
And guys, you can't say enough about how well they've rebounded. So often it's swung the possession battle in their favor, and that's really had a huge impact.
That free throw, no good. That one misses. Indiana leading by 16 to the inside, and it's Turner finishing it off.
Boy, I like seeing George serve up his teammates. He's an exceptional passer who can pick apart most defenses.
Al Rondo, looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Lopez outside. Kicks it to Wade. A baseline J connects, the jumper drops. Wade's got 15. Indiana's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Lopez against Turner. That shot, no good. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Their next game, playing at home, as the Nets come into town. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Rondo kicks to Lopez. Feeds it to Wade. Goes up on the block. Wade missing again.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Teague can't hit. Bulls trail by 16. a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Indiana.
I thought we might see the defense adjust at halftime to slow the break, but that has not been the case.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
Free throw, good Butler. You know, Greg, when Jimmy Butler is out there, you have to be aware of just how explosive a player he can be. When he turns it on and gets in that groove and feels the rhythm, he can completely take over a game with his scoring.
And Kevin, I'm sure you remember that 53-point outburst he had last season. Butler has games where he has everything that kind of just falls into place. And he gets his scores in so many ways, but usually when he goes off, it's because he's getting to the free throw line.
Here's Rondo. The teardrop falls in.
How about that cloth soft touch? I mean, just a gentle little teardrop, almost like a falling leaf. A leaf falling down slowly to the ground. Very sweet and colorful, too.
Now here's Stuckey. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Teague against Rondo. Miles dishes to Teague. That doesn't go in either for Teague.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, really turned it from a simple, straightforward look into a very difficult shot.
Now here's Lopez. He's got 6. Here's Butler. Goes up again. Lopez, no luck.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Now here's McDermott. Jeff Teague unable to get his shot to go. And Gibson kicks to Rondo. Gibson the screen. Here's Butler. Butler missing again.
He's given them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
Indiana again missing. Bulls trail by 13. Pass to Rondo. The dish to Lopez. Rondo against Teague. The wide open look here for Lopez. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Rondo's got 4 assists now tonight. Butler against George. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not so unlucky 13 shots.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense has given him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
Lopez, a screen on Teague. Rondo against Teague. Rondo passes to Lopez. Basket counts. Lopez has got 10 points in the game.
You know, usually teams go on runs and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but that's not the case here.
Well, it's about rhythm, and they put this run together on the strength of their mid-range jump shot. They might as well be layups with the way they're shooting.
Well, you know, C.J. Miles was drafted right out of high school back in 2005 and has over a decade in the league now and really in his prime as an NBA player. He's a quality swing man, can give you good minutes whether he's starting or coming off the bench.
The first free throw is good. And Miles swinging to the power forward position defensively. We saw that throughout last season as the Pacers guys look to go small from time to time.
And, you know, the power forward position, not his best position defensively, guys. His defense has improved overall in recent years, but his metrics defensively suffered because he was, in many cases, overmatched from a size standpoint. Offensively, he's a streaky shooter who can get it going from the three-point line and take you off the bounce in the paint.
Now here's McDermott. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Jerry Grant. At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Grant drops them both. And here are the Pacers now. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Brooks kicks to Stuckey. Here's Jefferson, and Jefferson throws it down hard.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Grant, that's good.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
The feed now to McDermott. Now here is Mirotic, defended by Miles.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
Stops, pops, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. That one on George.
It's been a solid outing for Mirotic. 9 points and a block.
And his offense has matched the defensive effort today. He's been really just one of the best players on both ends.
I don't know if you can say enough about the job he's been doing in all aspects of the game. I mean, stuff in the stat sheet when you look at it.
And that one falls for Mirotic. And so Mirotic nails both of them. Here's Brooks. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Jefferson, a screen on Grant. Jefferson down low. Working on Portis. And there's Al Jefferson on the assist by Brooks.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense. He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
And then Miles with the dunk.
And that's one of the reasons you like to see Miles get close to the bucket. I mean, defenders forget sometimes about his impressive bounce.
McDermott kicks to Mirotic. Count it, and the Pacer lead has been cut down to 9 in the bucket from Grant.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Indiana's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Stuckey kicks to Jefferson. Passes to Miles. He dishes it to Stuckey. Rebounded by McDermott. For Chicago, they've gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Here's Portis. And Brooks comes up with the rebound. Stuckey outside to the paint. Outside for Jefferson. Outside, George. Pass to Stuckey. Just 5 on the clock. They shoot again, and the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
And how about the physicality of Stuckey? Draining the shot despite the D being all over him. He's a muscular guard.
Some changes for Indiana. Young's checked in for George. Robinson is subbed in for Aaron Brooks. Free throw no good for Stuckey. Bulls trail by 11. Grant, right side. He kicks to McDermott. 41 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Grant. That one misses. Jefferson with some nice D. Grant against Robinson. Back to Young. Out to the wing. Rodney Stuckey on the wing. Outside Jefferson. There's the three. Young's shot is off. Grant outside. Let's go. And that's an air ball. Not even close. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's the Pacers. They're up by 11. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. Fred Hoiberg in a recent huddle with his players.
Keep fighting, fellas. All right, one possession at a time. All right, how are we going to do it? Take care of the ball. Make sure we're getting back in transition. A lot of game left. All right, we'll get it going here. We'll get it going.
Fred Hoiberg encouraging his players to live in the moment. Don't worry about the score right now. Just keep plowing ahead.
Great point. You can't undo what's already been done. Just deal with what you can control, which is the next possession.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. McDermott and Mirotic, the sharpshooting forwards. Grant is out there with Isaiah Cannon. And it's Portis in at the 5. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Defense better watch out. They better be alert because this guy can make threes, as we saw in the first half.
Grant against Teague. Shot from 12. Here's Portis, and he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. Free throw, good. Portis. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Some changes for Chicago. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for McDermott. Wade comes in for Isaiah Cannon. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Grant. Here's Wade. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
2 shots.
And that one falls for Wade. Lopez, he's checked in for Chicago. So he gets them both. Pacers leading by 7. Teague dishes to Young. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And, you know, I think Young has always done a good job of creating contact to make a living at the free throw line. That's a nice skill to have.
That's good from Young. And so Young nails them both. Here's Rondo. Lopez outside. Looking for Wade. He gets it there. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
Miles Turner, he's checked in for the Pacers. .60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Robinson kicks to Turner. Teague against Rondo. The 11-footer. A nice shot by Teague. And the Pacers lead by 11.
And Teague is just so calm and collected when he gets near the rim.
Here's Rondo. Lopez outside. And the pass to Wade. Robinson with the block. Teague with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. That doesn't go in either for Teague.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Rondo passes to Lopez. Mirotic sets the screen for Rondo. Here's the teardrop. Good work defensively by Turner. Pacers leading by 11. Miles with it. Turner dishes to Robinson. Some nice passing here by Indiana. 4 on the shot clock. Teague for 3. That doesn't go in either for Teague. For Chicago, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Rondo kicks to Butler. Back to Rondo. He feeds it to Lopez. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, Robin Lopez in this one, he's got 10 rebounds, and he's come away with 2 steals as well. He's blown up some plays out there.
And it also shows you the importance of intelligence as a defender, because he has been a nightmare on the ball.
2 shots. 2 shots.
That's good from Lopez. The Pacers making a switch here. George is checked in. Both free throws good from Lopez. Indiana leading by 9. They set the pick. Young, a screen on Butler. Puts it up from 15, and he didn't get quite enough under that one. Chicago's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Rondo passes to Lopez. Dishes to Wade. Back to Lopez. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Lopez has got 12 points here in the second half. Indiana's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Robinson, and then Robinson slams it in.
Sublime stuff, guys. Absolutely sublime.
Agreed. He's going to start putting on a show now.
That's usually how it goes. I mean, once they're in front, they really cut him loose.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Here's Lopez following the score by Indiana. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Nobody near George. Misses off the left iron. Bulls trail by 9. Wade dishes to Rondo. Kicks it to Lopez. It's deflected. Stolen by Robinson. Teague against Rondo. Now here is Robinson. Young, a screen on Wade. Teague kicks to Turner. Lopez with the steal. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by George. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Stolen by Wade. And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Young, and so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game.
This is where their depth becomes such an asset, Kevin. He's gone for the remainder of the game, but fortunately, they're able to field a very capable replacement.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And so Mirotic nails both of them. Indiana leading by 7. And George kicks to Turner. And here's Miles. From deep, George. Chicago grabs the miss. Rondo's got 4 rebounds in this game. Feeds to Lopez. Butler from outside. It's rebounded by Indiana. They led the game at 1 point by 20. They've got the Wizards ahead of them for the next game. It's in Washington. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Robinson kicks to Miles. Shot clock at 6. Turner with a screen on Butler. George, no good.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Rondo kicks to Wade. To the inside. Mirotic. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists now in this one.
Loose D here. Critical stretch. I mean, you better off sending them to the free throw lines than to have them get that good a look.
Well, you know, looking at the play the way I looked at it, heck, he may have been thinking about avoiding the and one, and that's why he let him get the easy deuce.
Teague the pass to Turner. Robinson for 3. That one's not going to go. Good D by Wade. Mirotic dishes to Rondo. Lopez outside. Pass to Wade. And he makes good on the layup. Now just a 3-point Pacer lead.
That's some grit and determination in the post. Essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Exactly. This is the time to attack on the interior and convert those easy opportunities.
And the Bulls making a change here. Gibson's checked in. Outside Teague. Gibson with the steal. Rondo kicks to Lopez. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Boy, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
Turner with a screen on Butler. And George, here we go. Gibson with the steal. Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys, and they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
Indiana trailing here. Teague kicks to Miles. Back to Teague. They need this one. And there's Paul George on the assist by Teague. 21 points for Paul George.
And I tell you what, if he's going to be a factor here down the stretch, he is going to have to make some shots. Just 1 of 5 here in the quarter.
Now here's Butler. Five to shoot. Looking to get back on track here. And it's good on the way in. Butler's got the game tied up here for the Bulls.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
They set the pick. On the wing, George. Inside. Tries to save it. Now Rondo. Butler in the corner. Back to Rondo. Now the dish to Lopez. The feed to Rondo. 6 on the shot clock. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That is his first foul of the game. Paul George with the steal.
Excellent anticipation there. He was laying in the cut, we say.
Hit some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. George has got 5 points in the quarter. Teague against Rondo. Lopez outside. Here's Wade. Back to Lopez. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
Teague kicks to Miles. Passes to George. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Well, how about Paul George in this one? He has 23 points, and he's played the role of the pest today, too. I mean, he's caused a bunch of turnovers.
And it also tells you just how high his basketball IQ is. I mean, seeing plays develop before anyone else does on the court.
The throw good, Paul George.
Man, I like the competitive spirit of George. It's one of the reasons that he's so special as a player. He's overcome a bunch of adversity, which I think has fortified him as a leader on his team and also one of the best two-way players in the game.
And George drops them both. Here's Rondo. Lopez outside. Looking for Wade. He gets it there. No good that time. Some solid defense from Robinson. Right side George. Dives for it. Back to Robinson. Outside Teague. Just 5 to shoot. He dishes it to Miles. Nails it from the high post.
That is just a big basket from Miles. Never shying away from shooting the rock in key situations.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Turner with the steal. Here's the break. No good that time. And it's Chicago the other way. Butler passes to Rondo. Here's Lopez. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. Rondo's got assist number 7 for him tonight. Outside, George. Pass to Teague. Turner with a screen on run. And Teague, here we go. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play. That sends Jeff Teague to the free throw line. That's on Dwayne Wade. Jefferson's checked in for George. Free throw good, Teague.
And one puts them in a very nice spot as they stretch that lead out a little bit.
There's 1:34 left in the fourth. Gibson with a screen on Robinson. Wade dishes to Gibson, and he makes that one.
How about battling through the impact there and then wheeling that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
George is checked in for Indiana. And that one misses. Indiana leading by 3. Down low, deflects the pass. Rondo against Teague. Rondo kicks to Lopez. Makes it off the glass. Lopez has got 12 points now in the quarter.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the chart.
Screen by Jefferson. George passes to Teague. 52 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Outside Jefferson. He kicks it to George. A shot that time, not on target. Good D by Wade. In corner, Butler nails the triple.
Those are huge points.
Beyond huge, partner. I mean, they needed that bucket desperately.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. They're down by 2. 34 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And looking at how much time they have, I think it's likely we'll see them try to get a good look and score quickly.
Keeping us updated from the sideline. Let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on Nate McMillan talking to his team. He told them we've got to make the most of every chance right now. This is a winnable game, but we've got to make plays. Guys, we'll see if they can come back.
34 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Turner with the screen. George dishes to T. Turner with a screen on Rondo. T kicks to Turner. George passes to Turner.
And I like the aggressiveness that Turner plays with. For such a young guy, it's proven to be beneficial in helping him draw fouls.
The Bulls making a switch here. He drops the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1. Free throw's good from Turner.
He's got such a smooth stroke, and it never changes, even in this kind of a high-pressure situation.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Here's Wade. Here's the pass to Rondo. From deep three-point range.
Teague anticipated every move on that play and was right there to meet him each step of the way. Great defense.
Regulation is ended and we're heading to overtime. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. Well, if you're just joining us, this one has been a great one. We've got overtime action now, folks. Pacers start off with the ball. And away we go here with post-regulation basketball. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. On the court for Indiana. Teague out there with Robinson. Then there's Al Jefferson. Then it's Turner. And it's George in at the small forward. And Mirotic kicks to Rondo. He feeds it to Gibson. Dishes it to Wade. Lets it go from 14. Second chance shot and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
2 shots.
And he makes the first. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
Even with the miss, he got the big one there to put him in front.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Drops in the breakaway layup. Wade's got 23 points.
And you've got to wonder just how big those points are going to be. A swing like that could decide the outcome.
Now here's Jefferson. Kicks it to George. Bangs home the trifecta. George has got it all tied up now for Indiana.
Boy, the confidence that George brings to his game is also confidence that impacts and injects his teammates. He's a high-octane scorer who's ready to go as soon as the game starts and whenever he gets the ball.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Take a look at what Butler's done. He has 11 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
The free throw drops for Butler. And Indiana making a change here. Miles is checked in. He hits both from the stripe. Just over a minute and a half played here in overtime. Teague with the ball. Left side, George. Clock at 4. Teague inside the line, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Chicago leading. Now here's Rondo. Gibson dishes to Wade. Shoots from 12. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Here's Robinson. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. One is off. good on the second free throw. Just under 2.5 minutes passed here in this overtime. Rondo kicks to Gibson. George against Butler. Gibson with the screen on George. Here's Butler. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Butler's got the lead up to 3 now for the Bulls. The Pacers shooting at 46%, making some buckets. George against Butler. George passes to Turner. Robinson dishes to George. 5 to shoot. Back to Robinson. A 3-ball. That shot off. Excellent D from Wade. And Mirotic kicks to Wade. And here's Rondo. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. LaVoy Allen's checked in for Indiana. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. Outside Teague, Turner with the screen. And George kicks to Robinson. And the Pacers can't get it to go. The Bulls leading by 4 to the middle from 6 away. And it's Wade getting it to go. Wade's got 26.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Here's Mirotic. Excellent D there from Allen.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
Yes! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Hey, you know that George is going to take the shot when the game is up for grabs. I mean, that's who he is, and that's what's expected of him. He's an exceptional decision maker in this situation, which makes it even more obvious.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. They're behind by 5. There's 53 seconds left to play in the first overtime. McDermott's checked in for Mirotic. Kevin Sheriff, and he's checked in for the Pacers. And here's George. Feeds it to Turner. Rondo against T. Lock at 6. Turner with the screen. Here's George. Money! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
George doesn't mind taking advantage of every chance to knock down the mid-range jump shot.
Rondo kicks to Wade. Gibbs in the screen. Outside Rondo. Oh, wow, unable to get a shot off in time, and they turn it over. A very unfortunate time there to pick up a shot clock violation. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. They're behind by 3. 5 seconds left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. Guys, what do you think?
With this much time remaining, they should be able to get themselves a decent shot at the basket. Still, a contested 3 is never an easy shot.
Teague for 3, off the mark. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came out in the extra period.
What a ride. I mean, I thought it might end in regulation, but you know what? They came through big and did exactly what was necessary once we got into OT.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Dwayne, you guys got out-rebounded on the glass tonight, but how did you overcome that to get the win?
Well, first of all, that's an unbelievable rebounding team. So they're very good. I think we made up for it with our energy. We had some steals, deflections that kind of made up for the out-rebounding.
There's more than one way to skin a cat, and you found it tonight, Dwayne. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. Now we send you to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's standing by in our studio.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, thank you. Superb. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Robin Lopez. When they needed a leader to get them back in the game in the final quarter, he was the one they were all following, and he knew exactly the route back and the road to victory.
He executed the game plan as a scorer. It was by design that the team was going to try to get him good shots, but it was going to be up to him to make those shots. But I don't think anyone thought he'd make them at that high level of efficiency.
Losing streak ended tonight thanks to his strong effort. I thought he got a little frustrated seeing those losses pile up, and instead of waiting for someone else to put a stop to it, he said, you know what, I'm going to take care of this problem myself. That's showing some leadership, Ernie.
That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. We certainly hope you've enjoyed the show, don't we, guys?
It was great.
Yeah. Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and for Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew. All 653,000 of them.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Hard-working.
A lot of people.
Yeah. It's a long line at the buffet, though.
Yeah. Shout out to the T-Poles, man.
Oh,
yes. I don't know his name, but I know his face.
I'm Ernie Johnson. See you next time.